Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now look here at PEPE, see what's going on. We can see we blasted straight through this 0.382 fib level. More important, we took out this local resistance here. We're going to talk about that here in a minute and kind of see what that looks like. Generally speaking, you're going to see a bullish backtest of those type of support levels. If the price retraces to that level, you should experience a lot of support. We're going to go ahead and verify a few other things too with liquidation, but for the moment, we're just going to go ahead and draw out some trend lines so we can kind of pay attention here, kind of see what's going on with this ascending trend. Looking pretty strong. Not to say it can't pull back, but this amount of volume coming through here is definitely worth noting. Okay, so we'll take a look at a few key factors. Start with liquidation levels too, kind of see where we're at with this. And while we're loading, I just want to kind of say thank you again to my community for some awesome feedback. Got some really cool trade results here recently with not just our day trades, but our swing trades. A good amount of profit there. We're good 42% from Bitcoin. We can see 85% from SUI. And there we go, Cardano 32%. Those are all trades taken within the last 2-3 days roughly. And at this point here, we got an ICP long that's in profit. PEPE is very, very considerable at this point. I wanted to see kind of where we're at here, if it's worth taking along. I would say generally not best to jump into the price when it's running like this. But let's look at some liquidation and see, because there's a lot of liquidation upwards of about this 900 mark. I'm gonna paraphrase. Keep in mind too, this is like 1,000 PEPE versus just dollar for dollar on the other one. So the key takeaway here is that I'll just say 900, and that's equivalent to those just omitting the decimal points to make it simple. Okay, please understand that. You have two different types of charts for coins that are that have this many decimal points. Okay, so let's take a look here. We can see 900 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of these bars are all 1 billion or higher. Okay, so that means we got somewhere in the range of 10 to 15 billion between now and the 900 to 950 mark. Okay, so to give you perspective, 900 to 950 is this range right here. Okay, so there is a lot of liquidation between here and there. So what that basically just means is people that are shorting this coin should be careful, and obviously make sure that you're doing it with good reason. Don't just short because the price is overextended and it's up by 5 or 10% of the day. That's just really, really dumb. At this point though, the not so dumb stuff here is that we're over the 20-day SMA, which is awesome. Breaking above the 20-day SMA is usually a very, I wouldn't say a very bullish sign, but in situations like this when the price has been held down for so long, same thing with Bitcoin, for example, it's starting to go on a tear and it's breaking above its 20-day SMA. Okay, so that to me is like a good indication we're on the right side of the tracks or back on track within reason. Okay, as long as we're honoring this ascending trend, totally all good in most cases. We want to be over 50 on the RSI, which we are so far here today. And I say so far because today's candlestick hasn't closed yet, right? We come down to the 600 or low $700 range. We're not going to be able to see that here, okay? Being over 50 on the RSI is super important. It's the same thing here with 0 on TSI, same thing with a MACD convergence, so to speak. A lot of things that are kind of telling us here that PEPE is absolutely back on track. So the daily time frame looks pretty solid. Keep in mind, we got a 50-day SMA here at about the 830 mark, and then right around 900 is that 200-day SMA. So we're not out of the woods by any stretch. We're just in a very good shape here, shifting momentum. Because if you do kind of look here at the daily candlestick closures, this red line here is more so for the smaller time frame. But if you look, we can also see there's more here as well, more confirmation letting us know that we've broken above some key level resistances. Okay, so again, it's not exact, but every time you look at the local closes, those are all areas there that we want to kind of pay attention to. Okay, so with us being above that, it's a very good sign. Again, this is tentative for the moment. It just started moving here about 3 or 4 hours ago. So please understand that this hasn't really officially kicked through yet. But what's great here, and take a look at this here, there's tons of fair value above the price action that still has yet to be filled. Well, some of it, actually, some of it's already been filled. Let's clear that just so you can kind of see a little clearer. What we want to look at here, though, is the 200-day SMA. That guy's right there about 770. And that's that previous more local resistance range, okay? It's at 0.382 fib level, so a closure above 768 today, I think is going to give us further indication of much higher price action moving forward. Okay, I think that we're due to see that happen. So again, I'm going to tighten this up a little bit here, but for the moment, we're looking very, very strong as a solid consideration for further upside. Just be mindful that you could be buying the top if you're getting in right now. Just be careful. I generally don't like to get in at this point. If I'm going to consider a buy-in, I'd wait for the price to come back down to one of these levels here. Those are the areas in which I'm interested in getting in. Okay? Again, mainly because I prefer to buy the pullback instead of when the price is running. That's just me personally though. I feel like it's lower risk to buy at consolidation or previous resistance turn support versus just jumping in willy-nilly at this point. But you got to recognize, Bitcoin is holding pretty strong in this 59K range, tons and tons of volume, and that really speaks loud. Okay, take a look here at Ichimoku Cloud, confirming on all factors here not to take a short position with this coin. 100% in the green, do not short this coin. Okay, if you're going to do anything, consider a long in the 770 or maybe even just say best case scenario 750 range, because again, you look at this local high here. This is based on the hourly. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attempts, and the 9th attempt broke soundly. Okay, so 4 hours ago we broke through that key level resistance. But if the price does end up pulling back and we're still honoring the ascending trend line, this would be a solid consideration for entry. I think it's less likely at this point, but just know 750 to 770 is kind of a good consideration for entry, in my opinion, based on what we see here so far. Okay. Again, looking solid, looking good. Do not short this coin, right? I want you to walk away with at least that small bit of knowledge. The other thing I want you to walk away from too is knowing that when you trade, day trade or you're swing trading, it's important to have separate portfolios. So just future reference, while we are a Bitunix family, BTCC partnered with them recently so we can have a secondary no VPN or KYC required exchange. Awesome deposit rewards. I highly recommend this if you're going to be considering day trading and swing trading concurrently. I would highly recommend not doing both at the same time, but if you're going to insist, that's a good consideration. It's all linked down below. Also, CryptoCache.tech, of course, for my Trading Academy community and signals group. Make sure to my community members, you are reading through our signals guide so you know how my signals work. Also, tune into these trade alerts. These are just kind of heads up on trades I'm planning to take. And pretty much every time I send one of these out, I usually send a signal as a result of that. Or at least update you on the current signals too, so you know kind of what that looks like. Anyways, that's all available for you. Check it out. Link down below. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you again so much for your time. We'll see you soon.